Let me start with something most people never think about. When someone hurts you, betrays you, or walks away without looking back, the first instinct everyone talks about is no contact. Cut them off, don't call, don't text, don't chase. And yes, no contact works. It creates distance, mystery, and emotional control. But there's a strategy even more powerful than that. It's quieter, deeper, and far more unexpected. Because while no contact focuses on what you don't do, this one focuses on what you become. The truth is, nothing confuses and disarms someone who once took you for granted more than seeing you transform into the version of yourself they never believed you could be. That's the real revenge, that's the real silence, and they won't see it coming. You see, most people who lose someone expect one of two reactions, either pain or pursuit. They expect you to fall apart, to beg, to question yourself, or to secretly stalk their life online. Or they expect you to play the predictable game of no contact, waiting for them to notice your absence. But when you don't fall apart, and you don't play the waiting game, when you choose something different, evolution, they lose control completely. This strategy isn't about ignoring them. It's about outgrowing them so quietly that they become irrelevant to your new chapter. You stop reacting, stop explaining, stop proving. You don't block them for attention. You disappear because you're genuinely busy rebuilding. That silence, backed by visible growth, hits harder than any message you could send. Because here's the truth. Most people who hurt you secretly feed on your reaction. Even when they leave, they check to see if you're broken, if you're struggling, if you still care. They want proof that they still have emotional power over you. But the moment they see your life moving forward, your energy different, your focus sharper, your confidence returning, they lose the satisfaction of knowing they mattered enough to destroy you. The most powerful response is not no contact. It's emotional indifference backed by transformation. You don't have to show them you've moved on. Your peace will do that for you. And when they come back to test the waters, they'll realize the version of you they once knew no longer exists. The reason this works so powerfully is because it flips the emotional dynamic. In every breakup, one person walks away feeling empowered while the other feels powerless. The one who feels powerless usually tries to reclaim control by begging, explaining, or proving worth. But when you stop reacting and start rebuilding, you shift that balance. You remind them, not with words but with presence, that they were never your only source of happiness. People who manipulate, gaslight, or take advantage of your emotions can't handle one thing: losing access to your energy. Because energy is everything. Once they feel the void of your attention, but see your light shining even brighter, it's game over. That's when they start questioning everything. Why they left, what they lost, and why you seem so unaffected. This strategy also has another layer that makes it unstoppable. It's not just emotional detachment, it's quiet reinvention. You take all the energy you once gave them and pour it back into yourself. You start working out not to prove something, but to heal. You start dressing better, not to impress them, but because you love how confidence feels on your skin. You start focusing on your goals, not as a distraction, but as a declaration that your purpose was never dependent on their presence. You learn new things, meet new people, rebuild your space, and fall in love with peace again. That's what drives them crazy. Not your silence, but your evolution. They can't reach the new version of you because they're still looking for the old one they broke. When you use this approach, something strange happens. The person who left or betrayed you starts to feel your absence differently. At first, they feel powerful. They think you'll be the one to break the silence. But when days turn into weeks and your name doesn't appear, when mutual friends mention how calm you've become, when your energy starts to radiate instead of collapse, they begin to feel unease. Because now the script has changed, the emotional dependence flips. The one who thought they had control begins to crave your validation again. And the one who was once broken quietly becomes the one they can't stop thinking about. That's not manipulation, that's the natural law of emotional energy. People always chase what walks away without bitterness and builds without noise. But here's the part that matters most. You don't do this to make them regret it. You do it because you finally understand your worth was never supposed to be proven in pain. You do it Because chasing closure from someone who disrespected you only keeps you trapped in the story they wrote. This time, you write your own. The power of this strategy lies in its purity. You're not pretending to be happy. You're actually getting there. You're not faking strength, you're growing it every single day. You start waking up with peace, not panic. You stop replaying conversations in your head. You stop needing explanations. Because somewhere along the way, you realize the closure you were waiting for will never come from them. It comes from the person you become after them. And yes, they'll eventually notice. Maybe they'll text. Maybe they'll circle back pretending they miss you. Maybe they'll try to rekindle the bond they once destroyed. But by then, it won't even matter. You'll have changed so much that their words will sound like echoes from a life you've already outgrown. You won't need revenge. You won't need validation. You'll have peace. That's the kind of power no contact can't fully give you on its own. Because silence creates space, but transformation fills it. And when that space is filled with self-respect, new energy, and emotional balance, there's nothing left for them to feed on. People think strength means walking away without tears. It doesn't. Real strength is walking away with tears but never walking back. It's feeling the pain and still choosing growth. It's not about proving you're unbothered. It's about becoming genuinely healed. Because when you truly let go, your silence changes vibration. It's not an act of punishment anymore, it's a reflection of freedom. They can sense it even if you never speak. They can feel when you no longer crave their attention. They can feel when your heart has detached. And that's what makes them panic, because that kind of peace can't be faked or manipulated. So yes, no contact is powerful, but what follows it is what truly matters. Use that space to evolve into someone who doesn't just survive heartbreak, but rises from it. Let your life become proof that they were never your ending, only your awakening. Because when you transform quietly, you don't need to make announcements. Your energy does the talking. Your glow becomes the message. And while they're still playing emotional chess, you've already outgrown the game. At the end of the day, this is what healing really means. Not cutting someone off, but cutting off who you were when you tolerated their version of love. You can't control what they did, but you can control what you do next. You can choose to become the person your past self needed, the person your future self will thank you for. That's the strategy they'll never see coming. Not silence, not distance, but evolution. This is Dr. Alina Brooks, reminding you that true power doesn't come from revenge or resistance, it comes from quiet growth. Let them wonder where you went while you build a life so peaceful they can't even recognize the person they once tried to break.